I'm back for another video. It's been a while since I've done one. I got crazy busy. Basically, at the end of August, I started a new job working in a hotel here, which is kind of a temporary while I'm trying to get a job I really want sort of job. And I had been working there for about 2 weeks when I was offered a work experience placement at HarperCollins in London, which of course I said yes. And so I did that for a total of about 4 weeks through half of September and the first couple of weeks of October. So I was doing that 3 days a week and also working the other 4 days of the week, so it was a bit hectic. And then I've pretty much been working 6 days a week since then, since I finished that. So everything's been a bit crazy and I haven't really had much time for videos. But now I do, and also for reading, which I'm very excited about. So most of the books that I'm going to show you today, I got while I was doing my placement at HarperCollins. They were free copies, which is awesome, but there are a couple that aren't, so I will start with those. First of all, I have the first 15 lives of Harry August, which I've been wanting to read for a while. My dad actually got this one, he read it and loved it, so I'm borrowing it at the moment. It's about a guy who, when he dies, he goes back to the start of his life and lives it over again. And it says, as Harry nears the end of his 11th life, a little girl appears at his bedside. I nearly missed you, Dr. August, she says. I need to send a message. And this is the story of what Harry does next, and what he did before, and how he tries to save a past he cannot change and a future he cannot allow. So that one is supposed to be really good, and I'm really hoping I get to read that one soon. We will see how it goes with time. The other book that I bought last week that I'm really excited about, I've read it once already and I'm rereading it, and you can see about how far through I've got, is Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. This is a chosen one story, playing with the trope of someone is prophesied to come and save the magical world and things like that, and it's Rainbow Rowell's take on it. It says, Carry On is a ghost story, a love story and a mystery. It has just as much kissing and talking as you'd expect from a Rainbow Rowell story, but far, far more monsters. I absolutely love this. Like I said, I'm rereading it already and I only bought it like a week ago. It's definitely one of my favourite books of the year. Absolutely love it. And it's got a really cool map just inside the cover that you can see, which is a map of the school that the main character, Simon, who is the chosen one, goes to. I will do a review video of this one very soon, so I'm not going to talk any more about it just now. And then on to the books that I got while I was at HarperCollins. First of all, I have an arc of Daughter of the House by Rosie Thomas. This came out at the end of July, and it's about a woman in the early 20th century trying to find her own place in the world, and I believe it also has some magical, supernatural elements to it, so I'm going to read that one soon. It was recommended to me by one of the girls who I was working with. I'm gonna try and get to that one soon. One that I have already read. I've not got these in any order. I'm just picking them up in the order they are in the pile, so I don't know what's coming up next. This one I have already read. It is an early copy of another book that's already out, came out in the summer, An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. I think the finished cover is pretty similar to this, it just has the title up there. This one again is on my list of best books I've read this year. I adored it. It's the first book in a series, the others aren't out yet, and I cannot wait to read them. I was reading this one on the tube on my way to and from the internship from where I was staying in London, and it was one of those books where you've probably seen the picture on the internet where it says you finish reading a book and look up and everyone's carrying on with their lives as though you haven't just experienced emotional trauma at the hands of a paperback. That is how I felt reading this. There was one particular chapter that I was reading on the underground, and I was sat there full of so many feelings and wanting to cry because of the torture that this character was being put through, and all these other people just sitting around me on the train on their own commutes. No one had any idea. So that's definitely a good one. I will do a proper review video of that as well. The next book I got is a crime novel. It's a collection of stories by Stuart McBride, who is a crime author. I haven't read any of his stories yet. This one is meant to be a good way to dip into the world of this police officer that he writes about. I've read Natural Causes by James Oswald earlier this summer and I really liked it. I do like a good crime novel now and again, and I particularly like ones set in places I'm familiar with. So crime novels in Scotland, good as far as I'm concerned. Again, I'll get to that one soon. Another book that I have read that I got there was Half a King by Joe Abercrombie. I believe this is the finished version. It is a fantasy novel. It's basically watching a group of misfits make their way around a map, which has been done before in fantasy a whole lot of times, but it's one of my favourite things about the genre sometimes. Sometimes you just want to read that. So I really like that. It's the first one in a trilogy. The whole trilogy is available now. And I have the second one, an early proof copy of the second one too. Like I said, they're out. These were just ones that were leftovers in the office. So that is Half a King. The second one is Half the World. And the third one, I believe, is Half a War. And that is out now as well. It's The Marble Collector by Cecilia Ahern with its nice spotty cover. I haven't actually read anything by Cecilia Ahern before. I've seen the film P.S. I Love You, but not read any of hers, so that will be a good one. It's meant to be her changing her image, doing things a little bit differently. As you can see, it's quite short, so I'm hopefully going to read that one sometime when I need something a bit lighter. I also discovered while I was there that Harper have been publishing, or rather Borough Press, which is an imprint there, have been publishing updated, rewritten versions of some famous Austen novels. One of the Austen books I've read that I loved is Emma, so I saw that there's one rewritten by Alexander McCall Smith, who is a Scottish author. I knew that I wanted to read that, so I've got that one to read sometime, which I'm looking forward to. These books are gradually spreading out around me as I put them down from their nice tidy pile that they started in. Then I'm almost there. I got Cavenden Hall by Barbara Taylor Bradford. Barbara Taylor Bradford has written loads of books, most focused on female characters, I believe, in quite glamorous settings often, and I haven't read any of them. But this is pitched as being good for fans of Downton Abbey, and it's been a while since I've read any books set in that kind of time period, in the early 1900s, 1920s. So I thought I would grab this while I had the chance. I have another crime novel, again an author who's written prolifically and I haven't written, is Dean Koontz. This book is called Odd Thomas. I don't know much about it other than that it's a crime novel, and that is another one that I'll get to soon. And then finally, one cool thing that happened while I was there doing the work experience placement at Harper was the launch of George R.R. Martin's A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. We had two people who dress up as knights in armour came into the office, and we did some promotion stuff there. And I helped give out promotional copies at lunchtime to many of the staff in the building that it's in, and got a copy of my own, which is quite exciting. So this is set in Westeros, the world of the Game of Thrones series, and is set a couple of hundred years before those books, I believe. And the book compiles about 3 short stories that Martin has written. So I'm definitely reading that one soon. I love the Game of Thrones world and things. It gets a bit grim sometimes, but I really enjoy that. So those are all the books that I received in like the second half of September and most of October. Some that I will definitely be reviewing soon that have made it onto my best of the year list. And that's it. I will talk in more detail about other books that I've read this month in a wrap-up video that will come very soon. I'll talk to you later. Bye!